Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Tuesday, July 21st. I'm going to be continuing to play the game Persona 3 Reload as a part of my Persona a Day series. That's why I've been playing the game one in-game day at a time as it matches with the real calendar. I'm going to start off by going over what happened yesterday to make sure we're all caught up for today. Then we'll get into today's gameplay and see what happens. And after that, we'll come back here to the desk and talk about it some. I'll have timestamps in case you want to jump ahead to a different section. And I do want to say that since this is a full playthrough of the game, we will be encountering spoilers, so please be aware of that. So let's start off by going over what happened yesterday on Monday, July 20th. Monday, despite being the start of a new week, was a little bit different because the week prior, from Tuesday through Saturday, had been our first semester final exams. So for the next few days, we have a post-exam break. That means no school, no other obligations, we're done studying, and even better than that, we as a team had a vacation plan. We departed the dorm yesterday morning and headed for Yakushima. A beautiful beach, sun, sand, sea, all of it, It was just everything the team was hoping for. We heard about that just before exams, which really helped motivate us getting through those exams, just to have that summer experience. And yesterday was day one of that trip. So we arrived at the Kirijo vacation home mid-morning, and to say the place was fancy was an understatement. I think even everybody expecting it to be a fancy place, I think we were all still kind of surprised at just how fancy it was. To the fact and point that there were actual maids there to greet us. Junpei could barely believe it. Mitsuru, of course, knew this was all coming, and she treated it like it was totally normal, but it was exactly as fancy as, like I say, more fancy even than you might even think. As soon as we arrived, Mitsuru's father actually greeted us as well. He welcomed us to the house and told us to make ourselves at home and to have a fun week. He had a very commanding presence, but he was also very welcoming. Rather than getting settled in, Junpei, being his excited, energetic self, decided we had to get to the beach immediately, as soon as possible. He didn't want to miss a moment of this trip. And I don't blame him. This feels very much like one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences. So we all got around and headed down to the beach, and it was just as beautiful as well. A little private beach for all of us. There were some chairs and parasols set out, clean, clear water, a little pier with a boat at the end of it. There was nothing not to like about it. The sound of the waves hitting the beach. And then we all kind of went about and did our different things. Mitsuru was relaxing on a chair under an umbrella. Akihiko was looking for ways he can train. He's always thinking about that, and being on a beach gives him all these new ideas and opportunities. Junpei, Fuuka, and Yukari were enjoying the water. He was having some fun splashing the two of them, and they told him to knock it off, but Yukari pretty quickly jumped into the action as well and was splashing him right back, so everybody was just really having their own fun with everything out there. For my part, I walked up and down the beach. I noticed some things to investigate and take back because Elizabeth, she'd requested some souvenirs from the ocean. That was one of her most recent requests, and she wanted, something to remind her of the ocean. So I found all sorts of little things around. I found some seashells, I found a crab, some driftwood, and some seaweed, I believe. So I've got all sorts of little things to take home that are very, very much things from the ocean. And just to kind of just walk the area and see what was there. There were a couple times where my character had the feeling that he was being watched. A little bit of unease there, but despite looking around, we didn't see anything, so those feelings kind of came and went. But yeah, we all just had such a good time, and the day felt like it really moved quickly from there. And I'm sure as you're doing all sorts of active things, that's bound to happen. But eventually it did come time to head up back to the house for dinner. And dinner, like everything else, did not disappoint. It sounded like it was, again, that stereotypical, extremely fancy dinner. Junpei talked about eating as much caviar as he could, just to really, that's how fancy the meal was. So another thing to add to our list of unforgettable, unique, amazing experiences for the day. And on the evening side of things, Mitsuru's father asked us to all meet up, basically. He had some things he wanted to go over with us. He knew that we had been told something about the incident from 10 years ago, since he is currently the head of the Kirijo group. He knew that Mitsuru had accessed the database, or perhaps Fuuka had, but in some capacity the database had been accessed, and he was aware of that. When he was talking to Mitsuru about that, he kind of said, "Why were you sneaking around doing this? Why didn't you just come to me?" Kind of one of those, I don't want to hide anything. I want to be clear about all this. So that's why he had us get together in the evening. Because he wanted to answer any questions we had. He wanted to be as open as he could. He wanted to take responsibility as the head of the group for what happened. And apologize for basically what he's been putting us through as a result of what his family did. He talked more about how his father, the then head of the group, had been researching how to control time. That was the reason for getting all the shadows that they'd been gathering from 14 years ago that led up to the incident 10 years ago. They were doing something to understand and control time manipulation. And somehow that involved the shadows. Some of the other information he wanted to share, rather than just constantly giving us baseless hearsay, essentially, without real evidence, he had an actual video file from just after the explosion. And he wanted to show us that, to really, again, just kind of put all his cards on the table and not conceal anything from us. So he pulled up a video from the head researcher at the time, the lead on the project. And that researcher talked about how what the group was doing was dark, dangerous research that he didn't really necessarily condone, but at the same time he said, but I also didn't put a stop to it. I went along knowing the risks and knowing the concerns. So he wanted to own up to his side of what happened at that point as well. And he said that it was thanks to what he did that the explosion that at that point in the recording had happened. And he knew it was going to be bad. He knew it was going to be bad. He apologized for that, but he did mention that if he didn't do what he did, then the consequences would have affected the entire world. None of us really knew what that meant. Fuuka kind of, her ears perked up on that, and she wondered about that line. But nonetheless, that researcher said that this was a choice I made. I didn't stop it. The explosion outcome is something that I had a hand in, so he wanted to take full sole responsibility on that. And the researcher also confirmed that, as we suspected, based on Chairman Akutsuki's research, we need to destroy all 12 of the shadows that had been set free at that explosion time to put an end to everything. We've already defeated 6 of those, and we were under that thought process that by defeating the remaining 6, we would put an end to things. And so we heard as much from yesterday's video as well, which was nice to have a bit more concrete evidence for what we're working on. But as that recording came to an end, Yukari stood up and just looked at us all and at the video in disbelief, because that head researcher, that was her dad. That changed everything for her. She'd always been under that assumption that her dad was just a victim in all this, and that it was the Kirijo group that did all of this bad stuff. But to hear this head researcher say, I knew the risks, I knew what was going to happen, and I still went on with it, and I take responsibility, that just totally changed her view on everything that happened in the past. And she couldn't process that in the moment, and she ran out wanting to be by herself. Mitsuru we were all concerned for her, but Mitsuru asked me if I would go out and check on her and try to be with her. So, of course, yeah, I definitely wanted to do that. And I was able to catch up with her down at the beach. And she was just lost, totally lost and confused. Like I said, she'd always thought that it was the Kirijo group at fault. That was kind of her motivation for doing all this. She wanted to prove what happened. And apparently she and her mom had both suffered a lot from various people and groups in the past because her dad had been blamed for the incident, and she was holding on to the belief that he was not responsible. Everything she and her mom suffered were unfair and unfounded because her dad wouldn't have done anything like that. And so that was another just motivating factor for her from a young age all the way on. She also mentioned feeling a bit jealous of Mitsuru all this time because she still has a dad, and because of this incident, Yukari lost hers. She didn't seem to want to feel that way, but that was just how things are and how she felt, and that was another facet of her past and how she came to be the person she is today. And it was hard. I did try my best to comfort her without just dismissing things or spouting off unactionable lines like, oh, you can't lose hope, and stuff like that. But she also kind of said, you can't really know what I'm going through. I don't know what I'm going through, so how can you? Which was kind of fair to throw back at me. But then she did ask, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do with all this new information? Nothing makes sense anymore. Why am I here? What do I do? And at that point, all I could really feel to say, the choice that was given to me was, it's okay not to know. It's not my place to try to say, this is the plan you need to take from now on. And it's also not fair to expect her to just change her entire worldview and snap of a finger in one night and say, okay, what are you going to do about this? It's okay not to know. It's hard. It's really hard, but it's okay. And I just kind of tried to be that voice that says, take the time you need. All of us were going to be there for you, so it's okay right now not to know. That felt like really all I could say. Overall, she seemed happy with that. A little bit confused how I'm able to stay cool in all these situations, which I appreciate it because it felt like kind of an overestimation of me, but I'm glad I came across that way to her. But it seemed like she was a little bit more calm. I mean, obviously she's still going through a lot and trying to process an unknowable amount of information, but I don't think she feels as backed into a corner as she did, so hopefully we can all come together and be there for her in whatever capacity she wants. At that point, the scene kind of shifted, and it gave me the option to move closer and hug her, which I was on the fence about. I worried that would make things weird after the talks we had and after she was starting to feel better. I felt like that would almost be taking advantage of the situation, so I didn't hug her, and we just continued to talk. Nothing negative came of that. Actually, shortly thereafter, Junpei came down to the beach. He was looking for us. He reminded us the dark hour was coming up pretty soon, which was a point I'd forgotten. He even said, even I remembered that was going to happen, but just because we're not back home doesn't mean that changes the dark hour. And so we were asked to all basically head up to the house for the dark hour. On the way back, I again had that feeling that someone was watching, but it didn't last, and we just all made our way back up to the house before the dark hour to get back there to be safe and get to bed after that. So as far as the first day for the trip goes, it was all over the place. It was a busy day, but it was a fun day. But it was also a challenging day. We learned all sorts of new stuff. Yukari has a lot to deal with now, and I think we all have new information to process based on what we saw. I'm not sure what the rest of the group talked about after I left, but I'm sure they talked about something while we were gone. So it wasn't all just happy, fun vacation time, but there's a lot of good to look back on in the day, as well as the other stuff that we now know. And there is a lot to be said for knowing. It's hard to have that truth, but when you have the real information, you can better act based off of real knowledge rather than speculation and assumption. So yeah, we got back there before the dark hour, we got to bed, rested up, and the vacation continues. We're here through Thursday, so we've got 3 more days. So hopefully we can kind of move on, not move past, but just address what happened and what we learned from last night, and not let that get in the way of the fun we can have for the remainder of our trip. So from there, we'll get into today, see what happens. It's the second day of our trip, and I am excited for it. Day 1 was it was so much fun in a lot of ways. I have high hopes that day 2 can be just as much. I will get us over to the game, and we will see what happens. We'll be right there. Okay. So here's where we left off at the end of Monday. We were just headed back up to the house. And so we'll finish this off, and that should catch us up to today. Yeah, just a couple times throughout the day where that feeling of being watched has been occurring. It never seems to last very long, but it's there. And yep, I mean, at this point, kind of, what can you do? It's an unsettling feeling, but what can you do? So I headed back. So that catches us up to Tuesday the 21st. We're back in line with the calendar now. It's day 2 of our vacation in Yakushima.
The air is so fresh.
Nice to see a bit of a change of scenery. Not that I didn't want to get back to the beach, but from what I've seen and read, Yakushima is known for all sorts of different environments. They've got all sorts of forests that are quite famous as well. So to see us off in some sort of hills and some greenery area now is kind of a nice change of pace. Just, to get out in that fresh air. I've talked about that in-game a lot already, kind of liking Naganaki Shrine for that same reason, of just getting away from it all. So to really be out there and to be able to take advantage of a situation and a location like this would be so cool.
I never thought a walk in the woods could be so enjoyable. You can't do this in Iwatodai.
Exactly, yeah. And getting to do it with other people, too. Fuuka seems like the kind who likes to keep to herself, and she's got Natsuki Moriyama now, which is really cool for her, and she does like spending time with other people, so I'm not going to say that she doesn't like that, but to have an opportunity to share this with other people is just an added bonus, too. And yeah, I expected that Yukari would still have everything from last night on her mind, and it would be kind of hard to enjoy the moment when you're trying to process a whole new worldview. And I can see Mitsuru's side of that too, as she's also conflicted because she still feels responsible. And I think the jealousy that Yukari feels about being the one to have lost her dad while Mitsuru still has hers, I think to some extent Mitsuru definitely picks up on that as well and realizes that Yukari is suffering for these things, that even if Yukari's dad took responsibility for it, there's still that feeling that this was the Kirijo group's fault. And as a Kirijo, Mitsuru, I'm sure, feels some level of responsibility. Kind of tough for Fuuka to be in the middle of that, but we've seen her act as the mediator before. Actually, before we were invited on this trip by Chairman Akutsuki, we had come home from whatever afternoon outing we were on, and everybody was in the lounge, and everybody was just quietly sulking and fuming. And at that point, Fuuka was trying to, talk some things out about, oh, isn't it exciting? Exams will be done in a week. And, shouldn't we do something fun for the summer? And that was kind of where the talk of wanting to go to the beach came up. And that's what led to this trip. So yeah, I guess we wouldn't be here if it weren't for Fuuka, getting that ball rolling. But she's kind of stuck in that situation again of dealing with tension from other people around. And what do you say at that point, too?
Oh, did you hear about Junpei-kun yesterday?
Yeah, you take a page from my book. You stammer nervously.
He was acting so indecent, I didn't know how to react.
I did like Fuuka's reaction and hiding behind Yukari when Junpei was being Junpei.
It's probably a good thing we came out here by ourselves. Oh. Yeah.
Mitsuru speaking. One moment. Let me switch over to speakerphone. Go ahead.
Well, I'm at the lab here on the island, and a machine that was considered inoperable suddenly left the facility on its own.
Well, that's all kinds of dubious. A machine that was considered inoperable suddenly left the facility on its own. A machine left the facility on its own.
A machine?
Yeah, I think we all picked up on that same kind of idea and that same question.
What kind of machine is it? I need more information to locate anything other than shadows.
Interesting. I didn't even really consider that Fuuka's abilities might go beyond shadows and navigation during the dark hour and sorts of things. It stands to reason that it could and should and would, but also that there would be those different limitations.
It's a type of combat vehicle, an anti-shadow weapon, to be precise.
That's concerning. We have a combat vehicle anti-shadow weapon that is unaccounted for and moving on its own. Chairman Akutsuki seems surprisingly calm given all that.
A combat vehicle? You mean like a tank?
Yeah, you hear rogue combat vehicle, you think dangerous things. That it's a weapon. It's dangerous. It's in the name.
We gotta tell the others. Where's my phone? We're not currently with everyone, so it might take some time for us to regroup.
I see. In any case, I want you to handle this as soon as you can. I'm on my way there now.
Maybe I misapproached today's part of the vacation. I was expecting another trip down to the beach, maybe, or to see some nature. I didn't expect fighting a rogue weapon.
If we can't secure the target, do we have permission to destroy it?
Figuring out the boundaries now, and the expectations and the limitations.
I highly doubt you will be able to destroy it.
Well, that's all the more concerning. What are we supposed to do then?
What? Then how are we supposed to stop it?
Exactly, yeah. What do you want us to do if we can't stop it?
Just do your best. I'll call you again later.
What a Chairman Akutsuki line. So often he's been that really vague presence of, oh, just go do the thing. You'll figure it out by doing. How do theurgies work? It's kind of hard to say. It's something about emotions. You'll figure it out. What's this black sword for? Why should we take that to the antique store? Once you take it there, you'll know why. He hasn't been wrong, so I guess maybe I should trust him on this, but it still just has very much been like Chairman Akutsuki to say, oh, you'll figure it out. Do your best. I'll call you later.
Great. No one's answering. Don't worry about it. Let's go back and get our equipment.
Kind of amazing to think we brought our equipment with us.
Once we do that, we can have Yamagishi's persona scan the area. Although searching the whole island won't be easy.
Ugh, the one time we need them and they're nowhere to be found.
Huh? Are the girls not up yet? Man, those sleepyheads. The ocean's not gonna sit around and wait for us, you know?
An interesting way to talk about the ocean.
Once the sun sets, the water temperature drops, tiring you out much faster.
I love his dedication to training. And the things he knows about it, too. I mean, he definitely knows his stuff. I mean, he's getting into more of that physical science side of things and the effects of the cooler water on the body. He knows what he likes, and he pursues it.
Huh? I guess. That's really what you're worried about?
Junpei, that reminds me. Didn't one of the maids give you something as we were leaving?
Oh?
You saw that, huh? One of the maids gave me a letter. Oh, man. What if it's a confession of love?
Ooh.
It sure is tough being this popular.
You're a moron.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm kind of surprised he would have received a letter like that, thinking about what it could be, and didn't instantly have the desire to read it. Unless maybe there was that thought of, what if it's not a confession of love? What if it's not something good? What if? Maybe it's better to have that hope of what it could be rather than knowing what it really is.
It says, we've gone to see the Jomon cedar tree. Huh?
This looks like Yamagishi's handwriting.
I see. That was thoughtful of Fuuka to leave a note for us.
Oh, man.
Not the note Junpei wanted to receive.
We're at an island resort in the middle of summer. Why are they going to the beach?
I like how indignant he takes it, almost like that was a personal attack. How could they not go to the beach? What are they thinking? This is not how one does summer. What could they possibly see in a cedar tree that they couldn't enjoy at the beach? Neuro, welcome back. Yes, we're on vacation this week. It's we're in Yakushima.
That's just not right.
Well, it is your fault.
What do you mean? I just wanted to lighten the mood yesterday.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, it doesn't matter now anyways. We're on our own. Just a guy.
Again, that depression in his voice. Just the guys. This isn't what I wanted out of my summer.
This is the frontier of romance. We're bound to meet someone new out here.
I do like his perpetual
We'll
optimism.
call this Operation Yakushima Beach Fling.
All right, it's got a name now. But yeah, he's very much one of those to focus on what he wants. If there's something that gets in his way, he'll just change his path. It's like, I still know what I want. I still want to meet somebody this summer. So if we can't do it this way, let's do it that way.
Flame. You mean we're gonna pick up girls?
How about it, Sonata-san? With you on the squad, we're guaranteed to succeed.
I should have known this was your plan. What do you think about this?
What do I think about this? I like my choices. Let's begin the operation. You very much treat it like a trip to Tartarus. Sounds like a hassle. Yeah, a little bit, maybe. I don't care. It sounds kind of just too antisocial. I've really liked to kind of feed into Junpei's fun and stuff like this. I mean, it's summer. It's an experience. It's probably bound to have some awkwardness to it, but we're here on this beach that we might not ever see again, so why regret not doing something, right? So let's begin the operation. I'm with you, Junpei. We got this.
Then I'm appointing him our leader, as usual.
Okay, that's kind of fair to throw that back in my face then. Oh, so you want to be part of this, huh? Fine. You take the lead on that. It's also going to unfortunately take the wind out of Junpei's sails on it.
What? Why?
Why is it always him?
You said it yourself. This is an operation.
Ah, using his words against him.
Oh man, that's bullshit. You better take this seriously. It's an important operation.
Okay, no pressure. I also like that I've never heard him get this serious about a trip into Tartarus or to fight one of the full moon shadows. He hasn't pulled me aside and said, you know what's at risk here, you know what this shadow could do. But right now, what we're facing now, this is Junpei's, this is his priority. I'm not against that though. I mean, that is so Junpei. And I guess I have to live up to that expectation as the operation leader. Even the music changes. Commence the operation. First things first, I want to save the game. It's always nice to get to do that. All right, we've got lots of different people to talk to. I just can't get over their choice of music. I mean, I want to talk to everybody, but it really feels like if I don't prioritize this properly, Junpei's not going to be happy. So I'm thinking talking to the guy over there is probably... Sorry, I'm still just distracted by this music. I love the soundtrack in this game. Well, I mean, the exclamation mark is really obviously pointing me there, though. So I do kind of want to see and learn what I can beforehand. It is, yeah, right? It's just so perfect. I can't think of a track that I don't want to just stop and listen to. All right, let's start the operation by talking to the pretty lady. Forest bathing is great and all, but I hate that it gets my feet dirty with mud. I can't relax on the beach like this. I think I'll take a quick shower first. A couple of her group over here. Eavesdrop on the beachgoers. Cool looking guy. All right, we're gonna head back first and start prepping for the barbecue. Okay, thanks for walking us here. We'll join you after we take some photos. Okay. A kind woman. I heard there was a beach where kids can play. I was nervous at first, but I decided to move here. Now when I see her playing so happily, it makes me glad we came. That's nice. And this is someone to talk to, so don't read into this as part of the operation. I'm going to collect pretty seashells and make a necklace. You have fun. Sweaty man. Are you here to pick up chicks? You're doing it wrong. You have to be more subtle or it'll put them off. I'm here with the intention of getting a girlfriend too. That makes us rivals, doesn't it? All right, our rival is the Sweaty Man. Can we compete with Sweaty Man? Nothing else specific to see down here. I mean, other than the amazing view, the sound of the sea. So I think it is time to commence the operation in earnest. We've talked to everybody else, so let's approach. Okay.
Ooh, target set.
All right, Junpei, you got this. Everybody's on free will or act freely, so do what you can.
Let's move in for the kill. Okay, this is my area of expertise, so let me give you some pointers.
Okay.
First off, think of something to talk about, something they might be interested in.
Okay.
Give them an easy question and get the ball rolling. That's the golden rule.
Interesting. Does that work with you guys in chat as well? If I give you an easy question? Yeah. Do you guys like going to the beach? Does that get the ball rolling?
Something like, where you from? Or, having fun?
Hey guys, having fun? Do I need to say it in the Junpei voice?
Once you get started, you'll be going back and forth like you're playing catch.
Ah.
I'll start things off, then you ask the questions, all right?
All right, understood.
Okay, here we go. Hey there, ladies.
Having fun?
None of your business.
Very fair. Time for a tactical retreat, I think.
Huh? Hey, no need to be shy.
Why should we tell you anything?
Why? Well,
This doesn't seem like what we practiced for.
come on, we're just making conversation.
How is this like playing catch?
Don't worry, I got this. Watch and learn.
Okay. He's still confident in spite of everything.
So, ladies, are you in college? Or maybe you're already working?
You guys seem a little young. Are you still in high school?
Yeah, that's right. That's us. Yeah.
High school kids vacationing in Yakushima? That kind of pisses me off.
Sorry you feel that way. We're only here because we were invited to our friend's vacation home.
True.
Wow, a vacation home in Yakushima? Good for your friend. We, on the other hand, had to save up our own money to come here.
Oh, that's a pretty big accomplishment, huh?
Nice.
No, not really.
No, okay.
So what do you guys want anyway?
There's a point where honesty is good, but there's a point where I feel like I'd be sabotaging Junpei if I said, "Oh, we came to hit on you." So I'm gonna try to follow his play it cool vibe and just say nothing by saying nothing.
Great. Then, bye-bye.
Ah, perfect counter. Okay, you're not here for anything? All right then. I'll give you nothing. You can take a hike now.
Yeah, you were playing catch, all right.
Kind of different to hear Akihiko really, come out swinging like that and lean into him on that. It's like, oh yeah, what was I supposed to learn from that?
Hey, I did my best.
He did that. I mean, so, to some extent, he had an unbelievable amount of confidence in the situation, despite things not playing all the way he wanted them to.
And what about you, Sonata-san? If that's how you feel, then show us how it's done.
Ah, a good counter there.
Why do I have to show you anything?
Fair. What do I have to prove? Sort of line.
Well, you said this was an operation, didn't you?
Oh, I love it. That extra reverse of, okay, you wanted this to be an operation, huh? You used my words against me? Two can play at that game.
Aren't we supposed to work together in order to succeed?
That smugness from Junpei. And that feeling of realizing he's cornered by his own words.
I guess you've got a point there. Fine, I'll give it a shot. I'm sure I'll do better than you at least. Can you give me a hand? I'll go ahead and set the pace.
I'll do my best. Okay, more people to talk to. Okay. Our other official targets. Oh, I can talk to Junpei.
No way.
Look, man, I just wasn't at the top of my game. I mean, we all got our bad days, right? All right. Akihiko.
Let me think.
I might not like what we're doing, but I hate losing even more. We'll get him next time. Come on, it's time to go home. Daddy's waiting for us. What's for dinner today? The fish Daddy caught? All right, they're having a good day. I'm glad to see that. My rival, Sweaty Man, how'd you make out? Those girls were kind of harsh. You shouldn't argue with them when they're like that. Just agree with what they say and shower them with compliments. That's a very basic technique. Fierce guy. I rented a car because I heard you could drive along the coast, but you can't really see the ocean from the road. Well, it's fine because my girlfriend had fun anyway. All right. And a woman in a good mood. Guys who can drive are so cool. I end up watching them instead of the scenery outside. Are you hitting on me? Sorry, but I'm here with my boyfriend. All right. Let's keep the game saved and current. Alright, it's Akihiko's turn for the operation now. Let's see how things go.
Oh, spotted a new set of targets. What are you waiting for, Sonata-san? Show us what you got.
Just keep your mouth shut.
I like how in this situation, Junpei really has nothing to lose. If Akihiko gets shot down, then he'll have failed just like Junpei did, and Junpei can kind of lord that over him. And if Akihiko is successful, then Junpei gets the ladies he's been after. So technically, it's a nice strategic, advantageous place for Junpei to be in.
Hey, Nobuko, are those boys looking at us?
Oh, yeah, they are.
Are they looking at us? Yeah, we look real subtle over there, don't we?
Wow, Yoshie. I'm surprised you could see from over there.
All right, time to get in the ring. Hi there. Sorry to bother you, but I wanted to ask you something.
And what would that be?
Are you two here alone?
It's almost weird to see Akihiko not in the usual confident state. He's so dedicated to his training and the ease that he approaches fighting shadows with. But situations like this, I mean, everybody's got their challenges. And it's, kind of nice to see him struggling with this to make him like a real person, like everybody else.
Are you hitting on us?
Oh, I laughed in his face.
No, not at all. We just thought that if you're bored, you might want to talk, or
Okay.
a chance meeting like this might stir things up for both of us, you know?
Isn't that what it means to hit on someone?
You could make that argument. Let's discuss it more.
Haven't you heard? It's lame to hit on girls at the beach nowadays.
Aw, come on. They were bored anyway. Besides, they look kinda cool.
Really, Nobuko?
Hey, how old do we look to you?
Around 20?
Seriously? We still look that young?
Of course, yeah.
Aw, I'm so happy to hear that. Even if it's just flattery. To tell you the truth, we're actually older than that.
I wouldn't believe that.
Oh, you are?
Oh, no.
That's too bad.
No, wait! Fine by us. Older women are more mature and experienced and stuff.
You know, you're a pretty smooth talker for someone so young. How old are you guys anyway?
Truth is, we're in high school.
I'll be graduating next year.
Oh gosh, that's more of an age gap than I was expecting.
See? It's not gonna work out. Besides, I doubt you're having any fun talking to us.
Well, that's not true at all. Of course we are. You're right, it's boring. Again, that feels like I would definitely be sabotaging the operation. So yeah, we are.
Come on, no you're not. I don't think there's anything we could chat about that you'd find interesting. Unless you want to hear me complain about my boss.
Complaining about your boss. That might be fun.
You're not very good at lying, are you? You really don't have to try so hard.
Yoshie, don't ruin the conversation. He said it might be fun, so just play along.
Nobuko, you need to stop being so nice to everyone.
Oh, come on. It's been ages since I've done this.
Tease these kids enough. We should head back. They're gonna be waiting on us, you know.
They? You mean, you have boyfriends?
Oh, right. Sorry, forgot to mention that. Well, we gotta go now. We're meeting our boyfriends back at the villa for a barbecue. You can come if you want.
That wouldn't be weird or awkward at all. Nice try, Akihiko. You gave it your all.
And you haven't been pulling your weight either.
What did I do? Apparently not enough, but
Gotta come through on the next one. You hear me?
okay. I guess it's my turn now. Looks like Sonata-san's mojo a no-go outside of Looks like Sonata-san's mojo's a no-go outside of school.
But why?
Huh? I don't remember the last time I lost at something. You gave it your all. The match went the distance. I think it was a split decision. Hey, you. You aren't checking out my girlfriend, are you? No, we're just talking. We should get going, or we might not make it in time. I wanted to surprise my boyfriend, so I booked a fancy dinner for us. Good for them. Looks like she already has a boyfriend. Tough luck. It's lame to hit on girls at the beach, they said. All right. Well, this is my chance. Everyone else has been knocked down, but it's my turn now. We can do this as a team, all three of us. You know, we'll treat it like a real operation. We'll get that all-out attack and everything. Just slightly modified for a social situation.
There's a woman over there all alone. It's unusual to find someone not in a group.
No boyfriends to be seen in the area either. I think we're in the clear.
I don't know about that logic. We didn't see the boyfriends of the other two girls either, but they had boyfriends.
All right, time to make contact. Excuse me, miss.
Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Oh, she's hot.
Way to stay calm and collected, Junpei.
Say, you here alone?
Okay, nice save.
Yeah? And I'm so bored. I've been watching you, by the way. You've been trying to pick up girls for a while.
Well, failure after failure probably can't be in our favor at this point then.
Well, how'd you do?
We're still trying, if that says anything. I don't think we were close. I want to say we were close, but I don't think we were close. And maybe some amount of honesty there will look less desperate. It was an utter failure.
That's what I thought. You boys don't understand women at all.
Guess I can't deny that.
You in the hat. You're way too wrapped up in yourself. Shouldn't you be thinking more about how to make your partner happy?
Fair advice.
Yes, ma'am.
You in the t-shirt. You're the type that's stoic, but not very experienced with girls.
Yeah, I guess that might be true.
You seem like kind of a hassle, too. Like you're super logical about everything. And you, with the long hair. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah. Given the reviews of the other two, I'll take not sure. Not sure feels like a victory at this point. And yeah, I don't want to invite trouble by saying, hey, don't hold back. So let's just casually say, hey, what do you mean?
I mean, you're mysterious. Like, no one can ever tell what you're really thinking.
That's kind of a fun way to present yourself. Keep people guessing.
You know what I mean?
I do, yeah. Let people know what you want them to know. Go on from there.
Oh, you're so smart. I think you're just my type.
It just occurred to me that there's some sort of rogue weapon wandering the island, and I had totally forgotten about that as we got back down to the beach here. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not a priority for the group here since we don't know about it yet, but interesting for that thought to just suddenly come back.
Hey, wait a second!
Just joking. I like you a lot too.
Really?
Want me to tell you what would make me really happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I ask you to help me put on my sunscreen?
What? I mean, you're all right with that?
Of course I am. I have enough for you too.
I don't know, Junpei, given our track record, things are going way too differently here. I sense red flags.
Oh, man. I'm really sorry, guys, but I'm not passing up this chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you two like to join too? I'll give you a good deal.
There's a bit more of more focus on that red flag. Give you a good deal.
A deal?
Okay, and Akihiko was a quick one to pick up on that too.
You know that sun in the sky isn't real, right? That's an artificial sun that got sent into space back in the 1980s.
Huh?
I love crazy stuff like that. It's like, does she actually believe that? Or is this just her way to mess with us? Because if it's just her way to mess with us, I really think that's kind of fun, to just confidently say something totally outlandish, like you fully believe it, and just see how someone reacts. Oh yeah, that sun, that's not real. Of course that's not real. 1981, that's when it was launched by a super secret organization. They're monitoring us and controlling us with that sun. You don't think that's the real sun, do you? Nobody actually believes that. Are you serious? Am I?
You didn't know? Turns out that sun sends out harmful rays that mess with your body's equilibrium. Normal sunscreen doesn't work.
Oh no. Wherever could I find sunscreen that does work? Could you point me in the right direction? I've got all sorts of money I need to spend on it.
But that's where this special one comes in. And if you opt in right now, you can get 3 bottles for just 300,000 yen.
Wow. We'd be stupid not to.
Hey, doesn't she sound kind of strange?
Kind of strange. Really, Akihiko? Get in there, Junpei. Part of me wants to throw him to the wolves there, but I'm supposed to be leading this and treating this like an operation. We are way over our heads. And things will not progress well if we continue. So I'm not one to like to run from confrontations like this, but there's no winning state for us, I believe. Retreat.
Sorry to bother you!
Aw, you're so cruel.
Wow. We all struck out massively. I don't know who had it
This
worse.
sucks so much.
Yeah. At least we all failed together.
What's wrong with you? I thought you weren't interested in picking up chicks.
I think that's what he was talking about earlier. He doesn't care about that. He cares about losing.
If I'm in a match, I want to win.
Exactly. That is Akihiko. That finally feels like Junpei's follow-up of, your priorities are as skewed as ever.
I know what our problem is. You can't control yourself.
I know what the group's problem is. It's not me, it's you.
What? Don't blame this on me.
I'm just stating the obvious.
It's at times like this I like it that my character's more of a silent protagonist, and I don't have to jump in and turn their attention to me.
It's not like you scored either, Sonata-san.
Ooh, good counter.
Why you always gotta be so logical? Even in front of babes. It doesn't make any sense.
What did you just say?
Junpei and Sonata continue to bicker. Maybe I should try to step in and de-escalate things, even at the risk of turning them both against me.
That's it. Leader, whose fault do you think it is?
The common factor in both is me. It's all my fault. I really wish I could own some blame here, because saying it's both their fault, I mean, I don't want to side with one over the other, but maybe this is kind of my way to get them back together, by saying, nope, it's both of your fault. Then they can realize that I'm the common threat here, and then this is kind of my way of saying it without saying it. It's both of your fault.
I won't accept a stalemate. It's either him or me.
Yeah, that answer ain't gonna cut it.
They saw through my ruse.
Besides, what the hell do you know?
Junpei?
What? Do you see something?
I would say he does. Oh, this isn't a creepy approach for us.
Talk about saving the best for last. Now that's what I'm talking about. Holy hell, she's cute.
Yeah, she is.
Oh man, this is insane. If we nail this, it'll blow our failures out of the water.
One win undoes any number of failures.
How about this time, we try going one by one instead of all together?
Ah, interesting approach. Although that's another one of those dangerous moves to play because you lose the ability to blame other people if things don't work out.
All right, I'm in.
But I'm sure Akihiko, would step up to that challenge.
We'll go clockwise, starting with the winner. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
It's gotta be paper.
Oh, yeah! I win! Okay, I'll go first, Sonata second, and you'll go last.
Yeah, can't argue with the game. Do I wish Junpei luck, or do I wish for my own success?
Hey, I noticed you've been, staring at the ocean.
Technically correct.
So, you here with anyone? My name's Junpei.
Junpei?
I love it. She responded, with the same stutter he said his own name with.
I was just wondering if you'd be down to talk. If you're not busy, that is. I mean, it's more fun than standing here all by yourself, right?
I am looking for someone.
Okay.
Oh yeah?
You are not that someone.
Totally harsh. Totally destroyed him. You are not that someone.
Wow, you got shot down faster than I expected.
Poor Junpei, that look on his face.
She's a tough one, senpai.
Don't worry about me. Oh, hey, do you like the motion?
A little more confidence there.
Is your question directed at me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like the ocean.
Okay.
I heard something interesting about triathletes who train at indoor pools. Apparently, they get outperformed by athletes who train in the ocean.
Interesting.
That information is irrelevant to me.
Gotta say, interesting, but yes, also irrelevant. And again, she's not pulling any punches.
Well, I won. I talked to her longer than you did.
I love it. Let's change the rules of the game. I didn't lose. I lasted this round longer than you did, so I win by that decision.
It doesn't matter how long you talk to her.
It would kind of be fun to spin that back to boxing terminology for him. Would it matter if I was, 2 minutes into the second round or 2 minutes into the third round before I got knocked out? A loss is a loss, right?
This sucks. I could cry.
All the hopes Junpei had for his summer.
Hey, don't cry. Ugh, you're making me feel bad.
I like how no one's even considering my chance.
Well, that's where we are.
Okay, well, I would say the bar's set pretty low, but she's also been pretty direct on everything, so...
If you can't pull this off, I'm gonna be traumatized for the rest of my life.
I don't want to traumatize Junpei for the rest of his life. What would that be like?
We're on the ropes, but it's not over yet.
Okay, Coach, what do I do?
It's all up to you now.
All right. All right. I'll avenge you. I kind of want to say that, but I said all right before the choice even came up, so I kind of have to go with that. All right. What should I say to her? Hello, can we talk? The tide is high. Or, hey, baby. The best thing to do is probably start with an introduction. Hello. So, hello.
You.
Me?
I couldn't hear what he said. But she looked surprised. We should go over there.
Initiating evasive maneuver. Confirmation must be made at a secure location.
Well, that's not a response I expected to hello.
Hey, what did you say to make her run away like that? Well, what are you waiting for? Go after her.
Is that really the right answer if somebody literally runs away from you? I don't care to. But given what she did say about a secure location, it seems dubious and odd, but Junpei wants me to go after her, and I don't want to traumatize him for the rest of his life, so yeah, you're right. I'll throw caution to the wind and ignore all sorts of common sense and just run after a stranger.
This could turn into serious trouble. You gotta go tell her you're sorry.
Okay.
If you don't, we'll get all the blame. Go on. You can catch her if you hurry.
Yeah, chase her into the woods. Real good strategy. I decided to follow the girl into the forest. Yeah, yep, great strategy. No one's gonna, nobody else on the beach is gonna witness this girl run off and then me. Okay, no one else is on the beach, technically.
Come on, go after her. Get on your knees, beg for forgiveness, and introduce her to me. Please?
The way she just started off is odd. I'm not sure what you said to her, but you better clear up the misunderstanding.
Who knew hello could be taken that way? I should go after and clear up the misunderstanding. Still feels like if somebody's literally running away, that's a pretty clear message that they don't want anything else to do with you. But I guess the game doesn't want me to go after that. I mean, it literally tells me to go after the girl. I should go after her and clear up the misunderstanding. It's really trying to drive that point home, isn't it? Keep saving the game as we're getting closer here. How far are we going to go? That took me a minute. I get distracted by trees, as you've seen with me at the shrine, but observing a little bit closer, I can see more than just an informational sign here at this dead end. Just keep saving the game. Kind of like yesterday with what's being on vacation. I don't know when I'm going to be kind of put back on rails and not have a chance to save it. So the more I can do that, just that much easier. I lost sight of the girl. Wherever could she be? What about you? Do you know where she is? Can you see the girl? What? Over there? That's right. It's the girl from earlier. Not just running away, but actively hiding now. Maybe I'm not that good at reading the situation. She must be the one who's been watching me. This is another one of those where both choices seem like they could be wrong. I mean, I don't feel like chasing somebody by themselves into the woods is probably a good answer in any situation, so that's not my recommendation if you ever find yourself in that situation. But it also feels equally weird to have literally chased her this far and then to now just wait patiently. It's like, one of those choices, like, oh yeah, which one's the least worst? Well, I mean, we've come this far. No, if it has been awkward, maybe it would be better to kind of just take that step back and say, hey, maybe you can approach me. I'm not trying to be as weird as it seems I'm trying to be. Yes, wait patiently, but non-threateningly. Okay, that's like 3 more steps forward, but...
Now I am certain.
Okay.
I have found you.
You found me.
I have been searching for you. My highest priority is to be at your side.
Oh.
What? Freaking kidding me?
What's going on? You didn't even say anything to her.
Seems like she still doesn't want to let go.
There you guys are.
Oh, man. Yep, here we are. How's your day, Yukari? Oh, me? Oh, no, nothing to see here.
What are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you. What are you doing in the middle of the woods in your swimsuits?
I get it. I'm invisible. That's why they're not reacting to me.
You have no idea what we've... Huh?
Yeah, huh?
Who's this?
Is it probably wrong to say I don't know at this point?
And why is she hugging you?
Because I'm the one she's been looking for and she needs to be by my side. Does that clear things up?
Listen, we have a slight situation here. I'm sorry to interrupt your vacation, but I need everyone to go back to the house and gear up.
That won't be necessary. We found what we were looking for.
Who else is going to show up? How many other people are going to come next? Is the whole track team going to come around the corner next? Oh, there you are. Oh, we found... Okay. That won't be necessary. We found what we're looking for.
Mr. Chairman, what do you mean?
You had me worried. You can't just leave the lab on your own, I guess.
Understood.
Well, how was that for our daytime on Yakushima on day 2 of our vacation?
Sorry for all the trouble. Everything is under control now.
What happened to securing the tank?
Oh, that's been taken care of. Igus, join us over here.
Understood.
This is Igus. As you can see, she's a machine with the form and face of a human girl.
He says calmly, like that explains everything.
I am Aegis. My objective is to exterminate shadows.
Okay.
I have been assigned to seize, effective immediately.
Is that so?
No way. It's like she's alive.
This is unbelievable.
How can a robot be this cute? What a cruel world.
10 years ago, a plan was enacted to create anti-shadow weapons, a contingency in the event a shadow became unmanageable.
Interesting. Again, this is, information that ties to 10 years ago. It's such an important year, that 10 years ago date. But it's just kind of... It feels more like more of that information that we haven't been told yet, but I can kind of see why there was that, well, you didn't really need to know, so there was no reason to bring it up, but I guess now we do have a reason to know. But it also raises the further question of, what else don't we know? Everybody keeps saying they want to be transparent on everything that's happened, yet now we find that there was this anti-shadow plan from 10 years ago.
Aegis was the last one to be made, and she's the only one that still remains today.
An anti-shadow weapon. Does that mean she has a persona too?
I suppose it must, if that's the way we can confront shadows.
Correct. I am capable of wielding the persona called Palladian.
Palladian, yep.
She suffered major damage in combat her first year out, and she's been kept in the lab ever since.
Ever since. Her first year out, if that plan was from 10 years ago, that means 9 plus years in isolation in a lab.
I'm still not sure as to why she suddenly reactivated herself this morning. In any case, I hope you'll all get along.
Once again, perfect chairman. Oh well, details aside, I'm sure it'll work itself out somehow. Have fun.
An anti-shadow weapon. Possessing a will all her own. This is amazing.
Exactly. Everybody's so downplaying this. It's just like, oh, okay, sure. But this is amazing. Yes, Fuuka, yes.
If you don't mind me asking, when we first saw you earlier, you were, hugging our leader.
Yes, she was.
Do you know him?
Yes, it is very important for me to be by his side.
Maybe her facial recognition system is malfunctioning? Or maybe she's still half asleep. Very interesting.
It really feels like the researcher in him is trying to understand all this.
Half asleep?
I wondered about that too.
Well, I can ponder this later. Anyhow, I forgot to mention.
Oh, what did you forget to mention?
Did you know there are a wide range of recreational facilities you can use here?
This feels like an interesting follow-up to telling us about a rogue weapon wandering the island, and like, hey, let's forget that half of you spent your day trying to find a missing tank for us, and hey, there's recreational facilities you can use.
There's a tennis court, a pool table, and even a karaoke machine.
Oh, well, in that case, all is forgiven.
Would anyone care to hear me sing?
That's an interesting thought. Not a lot of takers. Okay. Well, that was the end of Tuesday the 21st. Another busy day, another day just full of stuff to talk about, so let's head back to the desk and do just that. We'll be right there. Okay, so here we are. That was the end of Tuesday, July 21st. The Yakushima vacation continues, and it was another really good day. Kind of all over the place, and it's weird to look back on it and see that if you really break it down, we didn't really do too much, but it still really felt like a meaningful experience for everybody. The day started out, we got to see Fuuka, Yukari, and Mitsuru walking out in the forest area. They were going to check out a Jomon Cedar. They had headed out before us. Partially, they kind of mentioned that was slightly due to Junpei and his behavior yesterday on the beach. So that was, how they started the day, and we made our way back down to the beach, of course, because we are at the beach. And you've got to do that. Junpei has this plan he's been building all week for what we need to do at the beach. he couldn't believe that the girls left, or he thought they were still sleeping until he read the note we'd been given that informed him that they had already left. Before we transitioned to the beach side of things, there was also the very important call from Chairman Akutsuki about a weapon that activated itself and was wandering the island. Little detail like that, nothing to be that concerned about, but the girls were quite concerned, as one would be, about not being able to get a hold of us for something dangerous like this. So they were making plans to head back and regroup with us and get our weapons. And we weren't even apparently strong enough to fight back against whatever this weapon was. So they were very concerned. But that's when it panned back to us at the beach, Junpei, Akihiko, and I. And it was time for the operation to pick up chicks on the beach. Junpei was extremely confident, and he expected us to play along as well. So that was what we did. I got to talk to all sorts of different people and take some coaching from Junpei on just what needs to be done. It's like playing a game of catch, despite that not really coming to fruition with the first encounter. And transitioning over to Akihiko's attempts, which fared no better. And it was just kind of one awkward defeat after another. There was nervous energy and certain women teasing us just because we're high schoolers and they were having fun making us squirm. One was trying to sell us 300,000 yen worth of sunscreen that was specially formulated to protect us from this fake sun that was put up in the sky in 1980. To say our time at the beach didn't really result in what we were hoping for would probably be an understatement for the day. So at that point, we were all out of beachgoers. We talked to everybody. We were shot down repeatedly as a group. We were pointing fingers at each other on whose fault it really was. That was when we saw a girl standing at the end of the pier. And we thought that this was going to be our last chance. She was beautiful, and we all wanted to approach. Junpei got to go first, and she basically ignored him. And, you're not the one I'm looking for. Ouch. That was Junpei's attempt. Akihiko, basically the same. He came up with facts about training, and she told him that everything he's saying is totally irrelevant to her. Equally ouch. And then it came to be my turn, and she stared at me, and she said, You're the one I've been waiting for, but I need to confirm this, and she ran off. So being the absolutely reasonable, obviously rational approach to things, I decided to chase into the woods after her. Even if it was Akihiko and Junpei that said you've got to go after her and clear up the misunderstanding, it still felt like an odd choice to have someone run away from you and say, the first thing I need to do is I need to run after them into the woods and see what I can do to make this better. But that's just what I did. And I approached a rather impressive-looking tree at the end where the girl was hiding behind an information sign. And once we were sufficiently far from everywhere else, she seemed happy with the proximity to wherever we were and said that I'm the one that she's been searching for and that she must remain at my side. And she dove right on me and hugged me, and that's when it seemed like everybody I knew was starting to show up. First Akihiko and Junpei was just totally dumbfounded. What am I seeing here? There's this girl that's wrapped around me, and just Akihiko was equally like, what is going on? And if that wasn't enough, that was when Fuuka and Yukari managed to find us and said, hey, we've got problems here. We've been trying to get a hold of you and we couldn't find you. But, A, why are you guys dressed for the beach out in the woods? But B, there's a weapon. There's some sort of tank we need to go after. And that's when they saw the girl hanging off me and were just as confused as everyone else. Then it was Mitsuru's turn to show up and raise an eyebrow at the scene before her. And then on top of that was Chairman Akutsuki. So felt like everybody was there. I was wondering who was going to show up next. But at that point, Chairman Akutsuki said, I guess there's not a problem anymore. I guess things have taken care of themselves. Now I guess, I told you not to walk away like this, or what are you doing out here? And that was where, more questions were had than anything. We all made our way back to the vacation house. And that was where Chairman Akutsuki talked about the anti-shadow weapon that had activated itself and wandered off was that girl. That girl's name is Aigis. She was developed to be an anti-shadow weapon from a Kirijo group plan from 10 years ago, as it seems like most of their plans were. But she, along with some other weapons, were developed apparently to confront the shadows should anything happen with the research they were doing in gathering them. It sounds like she was the last of these remaining weapons. And there'd been some sort of malfunction shortly after an operation, and she'd been at that lab for the last probably 9+ years since then. But apparently, however she managed to activate herself, she feels like she needs to remain at my side. And nobody's quite sure why. Chairman Akutsuki figures maybe there's a problem with the facial recognition or something like that. But in his way, it's like, oh, don't worry about that. By the way, she's going to be joining C's from now on. She's an anti-shadow weapon, so she'll fit in just fine with the group. So, yeah, just so many questions. The prospect of having an anti-shadow weapon as part of the group sounds encouraging. I mean, we're fighting shadows after all, so an anti-shadow weapon seems like that would really complement us well. But that seems to be basically how the day came together then. We were introduced properly to Aigis and told that she'll be joining us from now on. And that was how the day went. And then Chairman Akutsuki also kind of tried to turn things back to just, oh, by the way, this is still a fun vacation, right? You know, did you know there's a tennis court here and karaoke and things? So who wants to come see me sing? So for the strange day that it was, with the threat of a wandering weapon, for the guys and I to be on the beach trying to pick up girls, to coming back to the end to find a robotic anti-shadow weapon that looks like a beautiful girl. The day was all over the place, but it was definitely a memorable continuation of our vacation. Really makes you wonder what tomorrow has in store, if the last 2 days have been what they've been, but I wouldn't change anything that happened. I mean, it had its weirdness, it had its challenges, but they were all experiences. These are the kind of things we're obviously not going to get up to back at the dorm just on a normal Tuesday afternoon. So it's that change of pace. It is that summer experience that we definitely had, for better or worse. And I think overall it was for better. But that was the end of July 21st, Tuesday. A really good day. The vacation continues for the next 2 days, so we've got that to continue to look forward to. Yeah, it was a good day. I've been Tom Shima. I want to thank you so much for being here today. I really, especially like playing for an audience like this. I hope you've been having as much fun with the series as I have. I continue this Persona Day series, streaming it live every at 12:30 Eastern Time, so anytime you're available and you want to come live, I would love to have you. I also upload each day's playthrough to my YouTube channel, so if you want to catch up on the current day or any day all the way back to the start of the series, at whatever pace you want, those are all available. But let's just all try our best to have as fun and perfect a Tuesday as we can. You know, whatever the day is like, if there's something you want to try to accomplish, step out there and try to accomplish it. Take that deep breath, try to muster up your confidence, dig into the things you want to do, that you need to do, and however it comes out, I'm sure you'll be glad for taking the chance. I'm going to try to do my best to live up to that as well. But I've been Tom Shima. I hope I can see you again tomorrow. Until our paths do cross again, I hope you take care. But I hope I can see you sooner than later. Thank you again, and goodbye.